What's up guys, Pop 101 here. Today I'm going to be taking you through everything that you missed in the Blade and Sorcery 1.0 trailer, so without further ado, let's get started. First off, in the very beginning we have all of these glyphs. It's my guess that this is going to be part of the background lore in Blade and Sorcery 1.0, some part of the Dalgarian dungeons. And we even have several different new maps just showing in the very first parts of this trailer, which is absolutely awesome. Not to mention we finally have a use for that ominous looking door that was hidden in the tutorial. Taking a look at the home, we finally have a use for that pillar, where we'll be able to customize our skill set and abilities, I believe. Not to mention it looks like we have some new climbing maps as well. And finally we have some loot boxes. I've been excited for this for a very, very long time. It'll actually feel more like an RPG, being able to destroy enemies and then pick up loot boxes or whatever they drop afterwards. And aside from these loot boxes, it does seem like we're now actually able to use levers to lift up doors in the base game as well, or I guess the Dalgarian dungeons. So I'm ecstatic about that. And yes, it does seem like we're actually going to be able to finally fight bosses in Blade and Sorcery. Yeah, maybe a pretty cool looking skeleton, but just take a look at this guy. Oh my gosh. First impression, absolutely awesome. And from everything that I could tell in this trailer, it showed that there were proper sound effects and visual effects on literally everything, especially related to this boss. Now we have these orbs on him. I'm assuming that we're supposed to attack them, although maybe that's just a fake out. But he does also have these spikes, and later in the trailer, Baron was jumping and actually grabbing onto them, or at least it looked like he was trying to grab onto them. So how cool would it be if we could actually climb the enemy as we're fighting and then need to destroy certain parts of it? And of course, we're aiming the spear directly for this eye, so maybe we need to take out the head first. I'm curious to see if this is just the only boss, or if there's more, or if there's enemies that we need to fight before getting to him, like little rock golems. And at the very middle of the shield right there, you can see the top of a crystal. So I assume we're going to be able to use our crystals to create weapons now. And of course we can use our standard telekinesis to fight enemies, and it does look like we have a wharf gate looking thing, which I assume is going to be for either collecting loot, transporting your player somewhere, or being able to unlock a new skill or ability. And you can even see the players start moving upwards in it. It looks like there's some new breakables right here, of course new maps, and this one, take a look at this, it's actually snowing. Now, I'm really excited for this. I remember Drags had created an old map in the past where it was snowing, and that was a pretty awesome one. So I assume he might have had something to do with this. But if he did, fantastic. Take a look at this. Imbuing an arrow with electricity, causing it to aim right at the enemy's chest. Now, I don't know about you guys, but it's a little bit difficult to fight enemies and throw an arrow and have it pierce that easily. So my guess is that there's auto-targeting as one of the new skills. And if we take a look at the rest of it, not only do all the graphics and textures look improved, but we of course have this moon in the background as the new skybox. We have a new spike wall right there, and they actually added a ladder in here, which I'm very happy about. Makes it a little bit easier for those of you that don't have the fly mod. It does look like there's some torches on the sides of these gates. Not to mention, I believe there's a lever over there too. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but when we're fighting these enemies, these gates will open up, which is something that I've been looking forward to for a long time. We can of course hover with gravity. And just take a look at how beautiful this map is. From this part, it does look like a transition between one part of a map to another one. I'm guessing separate dungeon rooms that you actually have to swim through. Now, I didn't think that was something they were going to think of, but if they did, if that's actually what we're doing, I'm very excited. That's awesome. And just from this, it does look like the graphics were updated a little bit, and then the fire effect on the blade does look a lot brighter and more vibrant than it did in the past. So I'm looking forward to seeing how the effects have changed. Of course, Baron bonks the heck out of this knight right here. I can't tell if this is the normal axe or if it's been changed a little bit. Regardless, pretty cool. And then of course, this awesome new knight armor. Taking a look at this area, snow on the ground, a new shield with a spike on it, which I think is awesome. Take a look, we have these brand new daggers, so I'm gonna go back just a tad. Take a look at this. Nice and sharp. Looks like there's two different ones, maybe an updated common dagger right here, because they did triple or quadruple even the number of weapons that were previously in the game. And of course there's a little area to climb here as well. Not to mention this awesome looking armor. And I believe this is a new arm. I don't think that we've had this before. I'm absolutely going to love being able to rappel down from a rope and just go fight. Now, this right here is probably one of my favorite parts about this new update. I don't know what the heck this is, but it looks absolutely stunning. It looks like a warp gate of some kind, so maybe we have to go through this gate right here at the bottom in order to fight the boss. Or this is a summoning area or summoning altar for enemies. Who knows? But regardless, this is absolutely beautiful. And take a look. So notice Baron does end up grabbing this spike to fight the enemy. Does have a crystal on his chest, which I assume we're going to need to attack. We have a new ability with the gravity-imbued staff being able to move enemies. I assume it's in every direction, not just up. And then, of course, look at this. So it seems like we shot out a fireball, and then it spewed multiple other little fireballs. Absolutely incredible, and those effects are awesome. One of the new incredible features, it looks like the lightning beam was changed a bit, so I'm guessing we can imbue with other elemental properties, and it actually turned into like a flamethrower. Imagine a Kamehameha that can shoot fire. And if we go back to it, take a look, it looks like it's spewing lava as well on collision. So that's going to be awesome to fight with. And taking a look at this room, it seems like we have lanterns strung across strings, which I assume we'll need to climb across to get through to the top section right here. Even the Citadel looks like it's been updated. Just take a look. Seems like the Citadel is not the only one. Now it looks like we have more bridges to fight on top of and throw enemies across. Take a look at these new clubs that we have. Pretty cool. Plus some spikes on top of this bridge right here, which I'm definitely going to look forward to piercing enemies with. And there is a gate. I'm not sure if it opens up or not, but that would be very cool if enemies come from the inside of it. Take a look at another new dagger imbued with lightning. And then, of course, just like the arrow from before, it looks like it's auto-targeting. Let me do that again. If you throw it, notice it arcs from up to down, so I assume it's automatically targeting this enemy's chest. So that's one of the awesome new skills that I'm super excited for. And just look at this beautiful area. We have water flowing, candles in the background, and it looks like there's a path back here where we can fight. And one thing I want to mention, taking a look at this ominous looking circle right here, I assume this is a teleportation portal. Now, I might be wrong about this, but if it is, wow, I'm excited to see what happens. And take a look. There's more places to swim and incredible new effects. Like, take a look at this. A lightning tornado. Here we have our black hole, which seems to move every single one of the little objects and splintered bits towards it, including a little Orion star in the background. Oh my gosh. Okay, now if we pause this right here and take a look, seems we have a crystal here, crystal here. I assume we're going to need to destroy these parts because obviously they're lighting up and glowing. Looks like we have more glyphs on this panel back here. And I wonder if this thing right here is something that's supposed to help us or attack us. So I'm sure we'll find out soon enough. So if we stop at this frame right here, I'd say that this guy can actually shoot out lasers. So that's going to be hilarious to try to dodge. And it looks like there's new swingables to swing from. Here are examples of a couple of the crystals that we're going to be able to merge together. And if we take a look at this area, the way that it looks to me is that we have to place something on the stone and it eventually shoots up and shows that we've completed this, like a little puzzle. Or maybe it's just a completion that you've killed all the enemies or accomplished all the tasks required. Regardless, it's very, very cool. And that is it. Blade and Sorcery 1.0, the trailer. It is finally coming out on June 17th. But with that, if you guys like this video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It helps out the channel a ton. Thanks for watching.